Now, from your weather authority, meteorologist Cody Bailey.
Well, as we expected might be the case, it is turning out to be a pretty active and unsettled evening, primarily in the northern half of the tri-state and really confined to areas along and north of Interstate 64. Still not sure how far south of I-64 this line will continue to grow. Our guidance suggested it may make it down into the Evansville area, but kind of stopping right at the Ohio River at the southern point. So let's start with your alerts map because it is pretty active. Several severe thunderstorm warnings, that tornado watch box, that was a new watch issued earlier this evening to include our southern Indiana counties until 4 a.m. Central, 5 o'clock Eastern. Of course, we're expecting that threat to be done well before that time frame. And then the watch was extended in its duration for southern Illinois. That will now go until midnight, and some parts of central Illinois are already being taken out of that watch. So once these storms move through your area, that's it for your severe weather potential. But of course, they're moving fairly slowly and also now trying to train back to the west from west to east. So could pose a little bit of a flash flooding concern in addition to the possibility of some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and also some small hail. We've had several hail reports across portions of Knox County up along the US 50 corridor. So we'll start pretty much riding right along US 50 from Clay, Richland, Lawrence across into Knox, Davies, and Martin counties with a lot of lightning. We've been seeing that down here in the Henderson-Evansville area, and that's about 60-65 miles away from these storms, and it's almost continuous down here along the Ohio River. We'll get a little bit closer here and move this into motion. You can see kind of moving to the east, diving somewhat to the south and southeast. And again, this has the potential not just for the heavy rain and frequent lightning, but for some 60-plus mile-per-hour winds and the possibility, again, of some hail. We did have that warning earlier for southern Wayne County. Now it's northern Wayne County. Doesn't clip Fairfield just yet. Does include Sisney along Illinois route, or US 45 rather, and then pushing to the east again with a lot of heavy rain moving into Richland, eventually Lawrence County as well, with the gust front probably moving in momentarily. Across the river again, we've got some of those heavy downpours, frequent lightning kind of concentrated just east of Big Knoll, crossing the Davies County line, and then also the Crane-Odin area had a lot of heavy rain and lightning just a minute ago. And here's the wind velocity data. Now this is kind of stretching the entire line. You can kind of see what sticks out somewhat as a sore thumb is those the bright shades of red, kind of a core there in Knox, Davies County, and then again in southwestern Lawrence County. A little bit of that in Richland County there. And then that cell moving into Sisney, those brighter shades of red, that could indicate your best potential for some 60-plus mile-per-hour winds that could cause some damage. Now, all of these warnings, of course, they extend into different time zones, but they all go to 10:45 Central Time, of course, 11:45 Eastern for Knox, Davies, and Martin. And here's the wider picture again. Not a lot of activity shifting south of the interstate just yet. We've got a cluster there west of I-57 that is pretty intense, not severe right now, but that is an indication that we may start to see some development south of I-64 that again could pose a threat later tonight for the Evansville, at least the city of Evansville. I'll step off so you can get a good look at these lightning strikes that are just almost continuous. And again, like I mentioned, this is from our tower camera in Henderson looking towards those storms that are roughly 60 to 65 miles to the north. So quite the light show for those, especially under those storms. Same situation on the east side of Evansville. We can see that continuous lightning from our Diamond Valley Federal Credit Union tower camera. Temperatures beginning to fall into the upper 70s, of course low 70s up where you're seeing the storms. Future tracker still pretty consistent on the time frame, moving east of Highway 41 between now and midnight, and then out of our eastern counties east of Highway 231 between about 1 to 2 in the morning. Of course, that's 2 to 3 a.m. in our eastern counties. And then again, like I mentioned, once the storms exit your area, you're done with the severe weather potential. It's just taking its time getting out of here. So we'll keep an eye on things in the Weather Center for the rest of this evening. Tomorrow, mostly dry, a few more clouds than sunshine, and a few afternoon spotty showers. Not an all-day rain, not a washout, but we will see, again, a few spotty showers for your Monday. So the storms end overnight tonight. We are dry by daybreak tomorrow, still somewhat humid, but we get a break from the humidity on Tuesday. Another line of strong to possibly severe storms for part of the area later Wednesday afternoon. Should end by midday Thursday. And then looking ahead, looks like a pretty comfortable weekend on the way for next week, Saturday, Sunday, Hannah.